I have watched you circle this moment for months, maybe years. You keep walking up to the edge of your own life and then stepping back like someone who forgot they were allowed to jump. There is a door in front of you. You know exactly where it leads. And still you stand there, hand raised, knuckles hovering an inch from the wood, waiting for permission that is never going to come. You are not afraid of change. You are afraid of what staying the same has been costing you. And those are two very different fears wearing the same face. I have seen the way you rehearse your future in private, the conversations you practice in the shower, the resignation letter you have written 100 times in your head, the life you keep designing on the other side of a decision you refuse to make. You are not uncertain. You are terrified of your own certainty, because once you admit you know what you need to do, you lose the luxury of pretending you don't. You have been calling it confusion. You have been calling it waiting for the right time. You have been calling it being responsible, being practical, being smart. But I know what it actually is. It is the last acceptable hiding place for someone who has already outgrown their life. And you have been hiding there so long you have started to believe it is home. Something in you shifted. You felt it. Maybe it was sudden, a single moment that cracked the foundation. Maybe it was slow, years of hairline fractures, until one morning you woke up and realized the structure could no longer hold. Either way, you know. You have known for a while. The life you built was the right life for a version of you that no longer exists. And you have been trying to keep living in a house designed for a stranger. I have watched you grip the old life tighter the closer you get to releasing it. You redouble your commitment to things that stopped working years ago. You convince yourself that comfort is the same as contentment. You tell yourself the ache in your chest is just stress, just fatigue, just a phase that will pass if you wait long enough. But it is not a phase. It is your own life asking you a question you keep refusing to answer. The people around you do not see it. They see someone who is fine, someone who is steady, someone who has it figured out. And you have become so skilled at performing that version of yourself that some days even you believe it. But late at night, when the performance ends and you are alone with the silence, you feel it. The distance between who you are and who you have been pretending to be. And that distance is growing. You are not broken. You are not ungrateful. You are not foolish for wanting something different. You are simply standing at the place where the old map ends. And you keep looking for a path that does not require you to walk into the unknown. But there is no such path. There never was. The only way forward is through the doorway you have been circling. And the only thing waiting on the other side is the life you keep catching glimpses of when you forget to be afraid. I have seen you bargain with yourself. One more year, one more attempt to make this work, one more season of trying to want what you are supposed to want. You keep setting deadlines and then extending them. You keep drawing lines and then stepping back across them. You are negotiating with a future that has already made up its mind. And somewhere inside you, you know the negotiation ended a long time ago. You think the fear means you are not ready. You think the doubt is a warning. You think the resistance is your intuition telling you to stay. But resistance is not wisdom. It is the weight of everything you will have to let go of when you finally move. The identity you built. The expectations you absorbed. The version of yourself that other people learn to depend on. You are not afraid of the unknown. You are grieving the known before you have even left it. I have watched people stand where you are standing. I have watched them wait for certainty that never came. I have watched them demand guarantees from a universe that does not give them. And I have watched them stay so long that the door they were afraid to open quietly closed. Not with violence, not with drama. Just slowly, invisibly, until one day they realized the choice had been made for them. By time, by hesitation, by the gentle erosion of possibility that happens when you keep postponing your own life. You think you have forever. You think the door will always be there. You think the restlessness will wait for you to be ready. But readiness is not a feeling. It is a decision. And the decision does not arrive when the fear leaves. It arrives when you stop letting the fear choose for you. I cannot tell you what will happen if you step through. I cannot promise the other side will be easier. I cannot guarantee that the life you are imagining will match the life you find. Because change does not come with receipts. It does not offer refunds. It asks you to trade the certain discomfort of staying for the uncertain possibility of becoming, and that trade will never feel fair until you have already made it. But I can tell you what happens if you don't. The restlessness does not fade. It curdles. It turns into something heavier, regret maybe, or numbness, or the quiet bitterness of someone who keeps waiting for their life to begin without realizing they were the one holding the keys. You will not die from staying, but something in you will stop living, and you will spend years wondering what would have happened if you had trusted yourself enough to move. You are standing at the edge of change, not because you went looking for it, because it came looking for you. It found you in the middle of your ordinary life, and it asked you a question you were not prepared to answer. And now you are here, caught between the life you know and the life that keeps calling you forward. And you want someone to tell you which one to choose, but you already know. You have known since the moment you started reading this. The knowing is not the problem. The problem is that knowing requires something of you. It requires you to act, to move, to stop circling, and finally knock on the door you have been standing in front of for so long. I do not know if you will do it. I do not know if today is the day, or if you will read this and then return to the waiting. But I know this. The edge you are standing on is not a cliff. It is a threshold. And the only thing on the other side of it is the version of you that stopped asking for permission. You were never going to be ready. No one is ever ready. Ready is a lie we tell ourselves to make the waiting feel productive. But the waiting is not productive. It is just waiting, and you have done enough of it. The door is in front of you. Your hand is already raised. And somewhere beneath the fear, beneath the doubt, beneath the years of hesitation, there is a voice you keep trying to silence. It is not telling you to be careful. It is not telling you to wait. It is saying the only thing it has ever said, the only thing you have been too afraid to hear. It is time.